Switch menu game. Okay, thank you. Let's go. Another great game. Yeah, this one is not as well known, I think, but still pretty well known if you like the SNES catalog. So let's get started. Demon's Crest. This game is the third installment of the Gargoyle's Quest series. First one being Gargoyle's Quest on Game Boy, and second one being not sure what his title is, probably Gargoyle Quest 2 on NES. This is the third one, and this one completely gets rid of all the RPG elements, or most of them. You still have an overworld though, to navigate between the levels, but this game is especially about its platforming mechanics. And in the beginning of the game, I fight a boss. This boss is not very hard. And one of the few reasons why we're playing the Japanese version is that this boss only requires 3 hits versus 6 hits for the US version. So yeah, Japanese wins a little bit. But I think it's the only difference, that and text. And text barely makes any difference also. So just a little gain by switching versions. Okay, he's dead. So the scenario of this game is that there's those 6 crests which grant a lot of power, and they are into the realm of monsters, and some people are trying to get all of them. And my character almost got all of them, but eventually he was defeated by Phalanx, so my arch enemy. He took all the crests from me except for the fire crest, so I can shoot fire. By the way, this is 100% run, so I have to get all the stuff. So that's why I stopped there to get a Vellum. It's not going to be needed by itself, but it's required for 100%. And it's required to get the best ending. So I believe this is the best category of this game, because it shows off everything. Very nice. I didn't get the 7 hits. Ah, he trolled me a little bit. Come on. Okay, that was pretty bad. That was bad RNG. That's okay. So yeah, I haven't talked too much about the mechanics of this game. So the main mechanic is that you can glide. If you press the jump button in midair, you will basically fly, but you can only stay at the same altitude. You cannot go up more. So that's quite interesting. You can go down more. You can stop and restart the wings. You cannot go up. Now let's stroll through the levels. This is a game that doesn't go very fast. It's not, this is not Sparkster. Oh, nice! I got some money. Oh, let's get this urn. Yeah, it's called an urn. It's you can put potions on it, and it's actually going to be useful for routing. And you can cling to walls. Here I'm going to try to save about 1.5 seconds with the wall trick. So spider, come down. Spider, come on! I probably barely saved anything by going on the wall early and getting to this platform without using the previous platform. But I don't think I saved anything because the spider was not cooperating. But this game, just like Goof Troop, has tons of RNG. All the bosses, and some more than others, are very random. This one is particularly random. You want him to stay close to the ground, which he's doing right now. Take a hit, but that's hey, this is pretty lucky so far. Nice, that was actually quite good. I completely cornered him. The only downside is that the final hit was when he was really high, and so he had to go down during the cutscene, which wastes time, but well, I can't really control that, can I? Okay, we finished Colosseum, so now let's go to town. And by the way, by beating Arma there, I got the Crest of Earth. Now I can use it and become the Ground Gargoyle. So the Ground Gargoyle is the one we're going to use the most because he has this dash ability. So it's a little bit like a Donkey Kong Country. You can dash and then jump in midair from the dash, and you will keep the speed from it. And now I'm going to try to do something really difficult. I'm going to try to collect the hand talisman early by taking constant damage from the water. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, good. I still have 1 health, which is expected. I'm gonna use the talisman. Now, it's not over. I have to do all of the catacombs, or all of the underground, without taking a hit, because I have 1 health. If I die, it's okay, but I will just lose a lot of time. Oof, okay, not bad. It was a bit slow, but that's fine. We got a health, by the way. We should not need it then. And I got a lot of money, nice. I hope this run won't have any money issues, because it's a thing also. I'm gonna have to visit a few shops and buy some stuff for routing. I will explain that later. But we got a lot of money, so that's good. At least that's pretty favorable. There is a health refill. And this is a new boss. He's called Of Nu Nu. We have to defeat the 10 little eyeballs before we can take on the big guy eyeball. And here, instead of using the walls, I'm gonna use the giant booger to push me up, because that creates less lag. Okay. Health appeared, but I can't hold it. I'm gonna take this before new eyes appear. Ah, this eye got away. Let's die! I don't know where he is. Oh, that's such... Okay, he died. He died. I didn't see it, but he died. That's unfortunate. Other than that, it was pretty lucky. Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's something important with ground gargoyle that I did not explain. When you shoot from the ground, your shot will deal double damage. So that's why I tried to remain really close to the eyeballs, so that I could try to snag them as they were coming out of the giant booger. Out of the slime, I should say. And the hand talisman that I risked my life for, it allows me to have 1 more projectile on the screen at a time. So normally with the ground gargoyle you can only have 1 shot on the screen. With the hand talisman I get 2. And that's very handy to fight Of Nu Nu with. Okay, pretty unfavorable luck here, so I'm gonna go around. I want to conserve health here, because after that we have to go through the flaming forest. And I will damage boost a lot there. Okay, we probably don't need this one. Now we're using ground gargoyle to move through this. Okay, so this is a cutscene. Flame Lord is putting all the forest on fire. That jump was not good. If I turn around before landing on the spikes, I get pushed to the right, which is what I want. Let's use Basher, Buster to take off from Of Nu Nu. So you can bust through these blocks and get the crown talisman. I believe that's the one. I don't remember what it is because it's not one we use in this speedrun. Now, let's fight Flame Lord. Oh no, I died. So no worries, this was planned. So the reason why I let myself die there is that you have to fight, to trigger the fight to make the flaming treetops disappear. You don't need to beat the boss, you just need to start him, to fight him. So in order to get that health jewel that I just got, you need to get back here eventually with the treetops gone. So it's actually better to do it now. That's why I just died. Got it. Now we're actually gonna fight. Try to stay on the ground as much as possible to do double damage. Okay, and now I'm going to focus and count damage. I'll explain why later. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, 15, 16, 8, oh my god, 17. Oh dude, I completely messed it up. That's too bad. But it's fine, it's fine. So the idea is he dies after 20 hits, and I want to be inside of him when he dies, so that I collect this upgrade right away, and I don't have to wait for the cutscene where he just goes to the ground. It saves about 6 seconds if you do it right. Unfortunately, I did not. Okay, if you played this game casually, you probably hated this, but when you get to speedrun the game, it's not that bad. So I have to bash through 25 skulls in order to get one of the health jewels. I'm gonna focus a bit. Okay, I got 3 torches left. It's possible to do it faster, but well, that was not too bad. I just missed one, I think. Now I'm gonna try to do the new route. Well, it's not that new anymore. I want to go to this house. It's a shop where I will buy 2 mercury potions. So you have to already own the urns to put potions in. And the mercury potions, what they do is when you use them, you go back to the previously visited room. And that's very important for routing. So you can avoid having to do some bits of levels twice. The idea is that I want to avoid having to do this first part a second time. Hopefully that will work. If it doesn't work, I will have to remove it. But to eliminate those 2 rows. This is pretty slow. That's fine. I'm supposed to eliminate the bottom 2 rows. It's just one pass. Okay, at least I got that. I'm too low. I'll try to keep him alive. But here the wind pushes me. So I'm gonna go there to the secret and use the mercury right away. If I make it work, it will make sense. Don't worry. Okay, frame perfect hit. Oh my god, got it. I didn't even mash it. I retimed it. So that's a frame perfect hit you can get on this boss, and it actually counts. This boss is pretty hard though, because in the old route we used to fight him as the flying gargoyle, which is much easier. Now I have to fight him with the ground gargoyle. The ground gargoyle, you want to do this. Try to get on top of his body and get ground hits on him, because that deals more damage. Okay, alright, here comes the mercury cancel. I want to use the mercury at the same time I get his drop. Got it! Perfect. That's a 2-frame trick. And the route relies on that. If you fail it, you will lose like 2 minutes or something. Because you will have to go through the first part of the level again. Let me fight this boss and then I will explain the benefits of the mercury cancel in more detail. Ah, that's unlucky. Okay. So I'm going to switch to Tornado. Alright, the Mercury Cancel. The idea is, after you beat the previous boss, the flying boss, he gives you a drop, and when you collect the drop, you lose control and you are taken back to the overworld. But by using Mercury, I override that behavior of the game, and I override it with just take me to the previous room instead. So that's why he took me to the previous room that I visited, which was the one I used the first potion in. So the one where I fought the Hippogriff. So that saves a lot of time on mounting. Here, let's collect the Crown Talisman, which we won't use, but it's part of 100%. Oh, that's not good. I completely failed that, so let's just climb normally. I was supposed to get a nice diagonal way through the top right of this place, but I failed it. Okay. I took a hit, but that's fine. Now I'm gonna fight Arma 2. And he hits me for 2 damage, but that's fine. I still have 7, so I can still take 3 hits without dying. This one is one of the jerks of the run. Is more luck-based than the first one. I got the double hit at the start. I got hit though. Nice. Nice! Continue like that. He's gonna drop down. Okay, yeah, I got to the second phase. I can't take a hit. I'm gonna focus. I'm really scared. Okay, he died. Nice. That was okay luck. I'm gonna say. It started pretty well, but I had to take some hits. 1704. Okay, so 17 beat this boss is like a pretty average run, but that's fine for a marathon. This game is so luck-based that this is actually pretty good. I think it's okay. So what we got from that boss, from Arma 2, is a new crest, which gives us the aerial gargoyle. I think that's its official name. And with this one, finally, I can fly upwards, so I can really fly anywhere I want. In this level, like in any other level, there's 2 bosses to fight. And you can do them in any order. There's another route which is slightly easier, where you go do Arma 3 before doing Grion, so that you can fight Grion with the legendary gargoyle, and that makes it a lot easier. But it's a bit slow. Just because you don't have the devil shot to beat Arma with. Now I don't have legendary, so I'm just gonna beat Grion with the normal default fireball. That's actually my strongest weapon against him. Oops. Okay, I have to focus. This is based on reflexes. Now, I'm flying here, and I want to wait until he crouches, he's about to jump to me. As he can troll me a lot. I cannot take another hit. No! Oh, he cornered me. That's so unlucky. That is very, very unlucky. Well, that used to be a good run. Well, it used to be an okay run, now it's crap. That's unfortunate. I usually don't die to the boss, that sucks. Well, let's retry. I was really close to beating him. I think he was probably like 1 or 2 hits away. Come on. Okay, that's the first big failure of today. Well, we have to get one of those eventually. At least I got the Mercury Cancel. I think this is kind of comparable to the time I would have lost if I had failed the Mercury Cancel. Dying to this boss kind of sucks though. It's not one of the bosses I'm supposed to die on. I'm not supposed to be hard. Okay, that's fine. So, we just redo this level because we have to do the other route, get some items, and go fight Armor for the third time. That's gonna be the last. It will give us the Crest of Time, so I can transform to the Legendary Gargoyle, which basically unlocks easy mode for the game. Because the Legendary Gargoyle is really nice. He has double power attack and double health, or double defense if you want to put it like that. Okay, it's okay if I get hit here. Because I'm about to get a health drop from here. So this is a little bit like a Zelda game. At the end of the game we're gonna have 20 health. Now one of the really tricky parts. So in order to dash and be efficient on the ice, because yeah, there's ice physics here, I have to double tap the dash button. Otherwise the dash is going to be slow. Okay, I have 4 health for the boss, which is a bit concerning, but I will not die in one hit. Oh my god! Nailed it! I nailed the frame perfectly. Nice, twice. That's cool. And it does count. Okay, he's getting the spins, but just now. Oh! I don't like that. Not dying would be good. Oh, I'm super scared. Yeah, those positionings were so awkward. I don't want to die again. Yeah, oh, still sub 23. I'm less than 2 minutes away from a great run. But this cannot sub 40 anymore. Probably not. Definitely not. I have to take this. I got the armor talisman, and I'm gonna use that one. It will double my defense, which is quite good. I'm doing some dangerous stuff here. And by the way, in this room you can light up the candles in the background with firepower, with your normal fire brand, but, well, we're speedrunners, we know what we're doing, so we don't need to see stuff. Oh, and by the way, that early shot was free. It's not frame perfect at all, it's very easy. Unlike the other two, which were frame perfect. Dude, don't be like that. Yeah, that was not very lucky. In some cases, for this boss, if you manage to bring him all the way to the right and kill him there, you can attach yourself to the wall on the right while the boss dies, so the cutscene will put you directly on top of the jewel and you won't have to walk to it. It saves some seconds, but it's very luck-based. You need Arma to cooperate with that. Usually he doesn't. Okay, let's check out my money. I have 48 ZAM, which is much more than enough, so I don't need to take the extra money here. I need at least 32 to buy the necessary supplies for the rest of the run. So we're gonna buy 2 mercuries and 2 elixirs. Let's make sure I buy the right stuff. So mercuries, you already know, it brings me to the previous room, and elixir just brings me back to the overworld. That's as simple as that. So it's just some routing stuff. Now I'm not the fish gargoyle, so I take damage constantly from water. I'm gonna go on top, have damage. That's why I turn around once in a while, so that the water damage will make me bounce the right way. Now I have to make sure that my fingers don't slip. Sometimes they can slip to the X button and I will use mercury early. That has happened sometimes, like once or twice in a run. Okay. Now we're gonna fight Belt. It's a very easy fight because I have legendary and it's an early boss. But next I'm gonna try to mercury cancel his drop. So wish me luck. Okay. Pixel positioning, let's go. Ah, I didn't get it. Pressed X too late. I'm losing 15 seconds to failing this. That's okay, it's not a huge deal, it's just about 15. I'm gonna make sure that I select a different potion now. I don't want to use my mercury for no reason. So yeah, if I had had the mercury cancel, it would have taken me back in this area. So I'm just losing about the overworld time and 1 room. Now we're going back into the underground part. Using a buster to get this. And we also have an HP drop to get in the next room. So now you see how you do this room when you have health that you can spare. Contrary to the first time where I had 1 health, so I could not take any damage. It's much easier. Here's the drop. And let's use elixir to get out of here. Alright, now town is completed. So we need to go back to Colosseum, the first level, just for 1 health drop. It would be really nice if we could figure out a way to get it early, because it would save like 2 minutes, but unfortunately I don't really see that happening. It's behind a brick wall that you need Buster to break it. So, yeah, there's really no other way than revisiting this level later. For this room, I could use the aerial gargoyle. It's barely slower and a lot easier, but what's the fun in that? Let's do it the hard way. A Star Surfer is, I think, the first one to implement that in a run. Pushed it a bit. That's fine. Now let's put aerial and the other elixir. Okay, not too bad. I got there before the music looped, which is my cue to tell me it was okay. Now, new level, Atlantis. The level with my favorite music. Just like the atmosphere of this music. The task does this level with ground gargoyle, and I've tried, it's really impossible. Well, it's horrible, it's a lot slower for me than just flying above everything. Here there's a hole, a hidden hole. Let's get this health. Oh, that was not very fast. And now you're supposed to be pursued by a boss, but if you go where he comes from, you get to a secret chamber with another health drop, another health increase. And that boss is Crawler. Now we're gonna fight him, and he's also quite a jerk. He's very random. He can just waste a lot of time if he wants to. 2 hits. 4. 7. Oh, nice! That was great RNG. Got it! Okay, I got the last Mercury Council. Alright, 2 out of 3. That's not too bad. And this one is worth a little bit more than the previous one. Because if you don't get this one, it's I think more than 15 seconds that you lose. Probably more like 20. But we got it, so that's great. So I get to be spawned back into that secret chamber, so we can go on our way into the underwater section. We are using right now the crest that we just got from Apollo, which is the water crest. So I'm basically some sort of fish gargoyle thingy, and I can swim without taking damage from water. Dude. I have to react to what enemies are doing, because those sea anemones, they have 2 patterns. They can throw these web thing forwards, or they can launch their spawns, five spawns above them. So I have to react to what they do. And here, this area is very laggy, so I want to try to kill enemies as soon as I can. Try to shoot them from a distance, so I know where they're gonna spawn. I have some visual cues to help me out. Let's take damage from this guy. Almost made it before the music looped. So that's still pretty good, but not perfect. Yeah, you're right, Files. This is the title guide. It's the actual one. So, if I had more health, I would keep the hand talisman, but I don't have that much health, so I'm gonna use the armor instead to take twice less damage, half damage rather. Okay, that was actually a good-ish Holdostorian, because that's another boss which sucks. His RNG can really make you waste 40 seconds if you want to. It can make you go into loops by blowing air at you and aspiring, or sucking air. He sucks in all the possible senses. But here it was pretty good. Okay, now the forest revisit. And I'd like to mention that there is a route which does not need to revisit the forest. However, it's very complicated, and I and other runners have never been able to complete it faster than the route with the revisit. So no revisit for forest is what the task does, but the techniques involved are so complex that it's hard to do them and still be faster. So we don't. Let's take this venom. I think it's the last one. Oops. Okay. Right, I didn't need to turn it to the flying gargoyle. Yeah, let's go back to title. Okay, let's go there. Okay, that was not too bad. Oh, I should have this. Forgot to put it back on. Okay. Yeah, I should have hand. It's handy. Yeah, using hand really makes it easier for bosses, just to make sure that you will hit the boss as soon as he becomes vulnerable again. And for other parts of the running also. It's just extremely interesting to have. And here you can kill these guys with hand. If you don't have hand, you probably can't kill them without stopping. And I don't kill the last one because he lags the game too much if I kill him. Okay, that was pretty perfect. And for the third time we're seeing Hippogriff, but now we are legendary. We should die pretty fast. Oh, don't tell me he didn't die. Okay. He should have died before getting up there. That's fine, I'm still kind of rusty. Yeah, it's hard to keep good at all those games. But yeah, apart from the green one, this has been going pretty fine. I got 2 out of 3 Mercury Councils, which is really not too bad in a marathon set. Here, for the first time, we're gonna see the claw ability. That's one of the great things about the 100% run, is that almost everything is used. We use all the powers, they all have a utility somewhere. And what this does is it creates a little bit of goop on spiky surfaces, so I can cling on them. And that's really useful for this part. And you don't want to be the tidal, the flying gargoyle, because you wouldn't benefit from the air pushing you forwards. Okay, nice. I got the Zatox trick. Okay, that was clean. Nice. You know what? I only took 1 small hit, so I'm not even gonna take the health drop from Gluon 2. I would just try to go for it. I'm not taking a big chance, honestly, by doing that. But this has been a good castle. Yeah, apart from an imperfect Hippogriff 3. And we have the pleasure to see this guy again. Except that this time, he should die much faster. Because I have the Fang Talisman, which makes me stronger. And I'm already pretty strong. No, not this one. That one. This can still be a sub 42, I hope, which would be okay, considering I lost so much time to Grey One. All right, so this is the final boss, Phalanx, and if I got everything, if I got 100%, he should have 3 phases. I think I should have it. Nice. Okay. We took 5 hits, so that's confirmation that I have 100%. And in the story here, he's going to summon the power of the last crest. I think it's the crest of skies. I think it's crest of heavens. So we're gonna fight him for a second time, and this time he's gonna take how many hits? 14, I believe. Two, 3. Barely got the third one. And now he cannot be hit. Okay, nice. Alright. I got hit only once. Only twice, which is fine. That was a decent boss. Yeah, the first 2 phases of Phalanx don't count too much. There's some RNG to them, but it doesn't account for too much usually. The big deal is the last one. Not only is it difficult, but it turns out that there's a quick kill. Which makes or breaks runs and is very difficult to perform. I'm gonna try it. Don't expect me to get it. I will try it. You want to be right next to his face, and if your position is perfectly right, you can mash at him and kill him before he can do almost anything. Alright, let's try. Not too bad. Oh, that looks good. Yes! Yes! Nice! Oh, I got it. Yeah, at least I got something. Ooh, nice. 40-35. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty good time for what happened on Gree 1, where I definitely lost a solid minute. So that's really good. It would have been a mid 39. Would have been a mid 39. Yeah, that was the strat. But optimally, if things go perfectly, I think the first or second laser that he casts will break the platform that hit me on the back. So I could have kept the positioning almost to the end. But yeah, that doesn't happen all the time. It really depends on positioning and exactly how you move. I haven't figured out a way to manipulate it every time. But I believe it's not random. That boss fight, that quick kill is actually not random. It's really hard and really precise, but it's not based on RNG. Hey, Red Arena, thank you. I hope I played you well. Okay, that was a nice one. Just a little bit too bad that I died on Green 1. Otherwise, it was a pretty solid representation of what 100% on this game usually looks like when it goes okay. Oh, yes, I missed the second Mercury cancel. Well, oh well. I'm fine with that. 40-35 is a very decent time for a marathon run. So, I'm glad. Yeah, just a few words about this game. It has other categories. Zatox has the world record on all, I believe. I still have second place on 100%, I think. I haven't checked, but I think I do. With a 38-32. And the world record by Zatox is 38-21. There's also an any person run which is very fast. It's in the 10:30 range. World record by Zatox 10:30. And you just go straight to the bad ending. So you only have to do 4 levels and beat 4 bosses. And then beat Phalanx, and you only have 1 phase of him. Yeah, stay hydrated, exactly. I have my bottle of water. So yeah, this game has basically 4 endings. So there's the bad ending, the normal ending, when you get all the levels, but you don't collect 100%. Then there's a 100% ending that we just got. And after this, if we let the credits roll all the way, which we won't do right now, but if we did, the game would give us a password, and this password would unlock the last crest, and you would get the ultimate gargoyle. So it's a really nice purple-looking gargoyle, which accumulates all the powers from the other gargoyles. So you can fly, you can swim, you can dash like the ground gargoyle. You have double hits and double defense. And you can also charge your hits. So that's a nice little bonus. And it also unlocks the actual real final boss of the game, the Dark Demon, which is a really difficult boss.